The Sign of the Times, episode 89, this week brought to you by the fine people at Powerhouse Brewery. That's Powerhouse Brewery, who may or may not, depending on the people and the government of Columbus, Indiana, provide beer for the people making Ruckus, the zombie movie. It's up in the air right now. Ruckus is for words, completely for words, which is unlike Ruckus. And business card of Casey Carlisle, whom I love, NWA World Women's Champion, hashtag best in the world. That's hashtag best in the world. Picture of Troy and Missy Liz, proud members of Team Bad Knees. That's Team Bad Knees. Look at that. You can buy those at CaseyCarlisle.com for all your holiday gift-giving needs. The Twitter, where you can follow me, but not literally. Even Big V follows me on Twitter. Not literally, usually. Usually just pump handle slams me or something, but he does follow me on the Twitter. Facebook, Form Spring, YouTube, which you're probably watching right about now. Right about now. Look at this. You can buy pictures just like that over at CaseyCarlisle.com. That's CaseyCarlisle.com. Look at those. Look at those. Get you 7 or 8 gross of those and send them out to all your people on your Christmas card and holiday gift giving list. Send them out to like people in the armed services that don't have very much. Plenty you can do with them. Look at that. NWA World Women's Champion. Hashtag best in the world. Look at that. And this very outfit, possibly for sale soon. Possibly for sale. Which will be awkward if it's not me that buys it. Look at that. Even more Casey Carlisle photos. You could buy that. You could hang it up in your living room. People come by and they're like, wow, this is the best living room I've ever been in. You'll get more visitors. Look at that. Can't confirm or deny if that particular outfit is for sale, but it might. And, look at this. Nick Iggy and the Adventures of Team IOU. Look at that. Created and written by Nick Iggy himself and Joe Carroll. Illustrated by Timothy Rudolph, who might or might not be related to the reindeer. I don't know. I got word search. You got a word search. And when you order said comic, if there's copies available, because it's a little bit iffy, you get an 8x10 signed by Team IOU. That's Team IOU. And look at some of the artwork. I don't want to give away the whole comic, but look at that. Look at that. Worth it. It's worth it. And the new episode, new edition, I believe, coming August. I believe I was told August. So, last week, shocking turn of events. Yeah, Itch come on the show, talking all kinds of stuff like only Itch can do on the lounge. You had all kinds of stuff going on there, which led to what will happen on Wednesday this week. Because this week, oh, and also last Sunday, Chris Hall injured, went to the ER, wasn't up to doing turnbuckle, so thanks to the people that called in, the superstar out of Wisconsin, Michael Madness out of Alaska, JL Rose out of Baltimore, they all called in, filled in the slot, got through turnbuckle. It was a little bit of tomfoolery, but we got through it. Now this coming week, Sunday, because Chris Hall was out injured last week, we're going to make it up to him, let him come on, say his piece. He'll be on tomorrow, which is Sunday, as I film this. Special time, 11 Eastern, 11 Pacific, 2 Eastern. That's 2 Eastern, 11 Pacific. 2 hours earlier than normal. Then our normal time slot, Chance Profit. If you're not familiar with Chance Profit, you need to rectify that situation. He's absolute tremendous. He's been on TNA. He's done shots at WWE. A long career. He's wrestled all kinds of top names. Abyss, Goldust, Sid. Lots of them. He's great. So Chris Hall going to be on the show. He's great, out of Resistance Pro Wrestling. Then Chance Prophet. And then, I believe Dimitri going to join me for a BCW trip. So we're all going to just beeline it down to Portland, North Portland Eagles. Dabashi versus Atkins on the card, I believe, as well as a rematch between Buddy Highway, my nephew's favorite wrestler, and Lone Star. So there you go. A lot going on Sunday. Monday, pretty much free. Might watch the home run contest for Major League Baseball. Tuesday, All-Star game. I'll be watching that. And kind of sort of paying attention to the lounge. It's Stevie's 1-year anniversary of taking over the reins from Von Hess. Von Hess stepped down. Stevie Jonak stepped up literally. Don't let her fool you. Literally stepped up. Took over the lounge 1 year ago. For 1-year anniversary. Working on getting past guests to come in. Say a few words. I don't know who will get. Hopefully Joe from PA will call in. Because if he doesn't, it's a shame. So Joe from PA, if you're listening, call in. Call in, Joe from PA. Working on some other guests to call in that day. Probably General of the Northern Armies will call in and talk about, who knows. I won't know when she talks about it. I'm not going to fool you. I won't. But I'm sure QT will be there. And after the lounge, QT going to get a full night's rest because he has a big road trip. Because on Wednesday, staff meeting at the corporate headquarters. Staff meeting. So all the staff should be in attendance except probably Cameron Starr, my women's expert, because it's a long trip for her. Be like several days driving. I'm sure she doesn't have time for that. We'll just in her notes. Thursday, we got a debate going on. JL Rose versus Rob Fury. They got a huge match coming up. They're going to have a debate. Buddha's Special of Turnbuckle. So tune into that. That'll be 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Friday of next week, we got Cassidy Riley, formerly of TNA, formerly of WWE Developmental. If you're not familiar with him, he used to be in Raven's group in TNA. Had a long stint there. Was in WWE Developmental for quite a while. Runs his own promotion now. He's going to be a great guest. Cassidy Riley. So look him up on the YouTube if you're not familiar. So, to review, Columbus, Indiana trying to screw up Ruckus's movie apparently. Gets mayor's permission and the Parks and Rec demand like all kinds of things. He's at war with the Parks Department. Ruckus at war. He's an angry Ruckus. Angry man. Angry man, that Ricky Ruckus. Also a little bit of chicanery going on. Chris Hall injured, so he'll come back Sunday on Turnbuckle, get his interview in. Then in our normal slot, Chance Prophet, whom if you don't know, you need to rectify that, because he's great. Absolutely great. Then beeline it down to BCW. D going on this road trip. Going to be a huge show at Blue Collar. Then on Monday, more or less free, probably watch the home run contest. Tuesday, half paying attention to the lounge, 3/4 paying attention to the All-Star game, because I can pay more attention than most people, hence the extra 25%. Then, Wednesday, staff meeting at the corporate headquarters, all of us except for Cameron Starr, probably in attendance. And maybe Cameron Starr will show up anyway. She might shock us all. Thursday, Buddha's specialing a debate between Mr. Rob Fury and Mr. JL Rose. Should be gold. Friday, Cassidy Riley coming to the program. Formerly of TNA. You've seen him on Impact many times. If you're a long-time Impact viewer. Well, he'll be on. So, from this undisclosed park where there's like a playground and a ball court, and in the distance a water fountain, and I spent a minute on bird sound effects just for QT. just for QT, who loves the bird effects. He does. He really, really does. He would trade in the General of the Northern Army's Brummage for some special bird effects if he had to. That's how much he loves the bird effects. I believe his favorite bird is actually the bald eagle. And they demand a hefty price, so it's unlikely you'll see them on this show. But from this undisclosed part, where there is a playground with a little tire gimmick and a waste can,